Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Full Metal Cran Eaters, brought to you by the Joint Task Force Radio Network and sponsored by Mad Viking Beard and Mustache Company. The views and opinions expressed on Full Metal Cran Eaters do not reflect the views and opinions of Mad Viking or Joint Task Force Radio. Someone will be offended at some point during this broadcast because there's always one. You have been warned, so sit back, relax, enjoy, have fun, and interact with us. Yeah.
You are no longer black, or brown, or yellow, or red. You are now green. You are light green, or dark green. Do you understand?
It's that full metal cran eating creature in the sand, creeping, keeping every man, woman, child in our land, sleeping peacefully and shatter any enemy they come across. You messing with America, then you must really wanna lost something soft. Is not of pertinence or interest. Gladly sacrifice themselves so you don't have to witness the cost of what your freedom is, and they gain it in inches. So long story short, don't end up on the shit.
It's that full metal cran eaters, 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 full metal cran eaters.
You're easily offended, then you legally should exit. There's no decency on this frequency. Our method is bringing prime time entertainment to the veterans, and those of you who know the truth is what they have protected. Shout out to Tommy Roddick and the baby Jesus, run it up. Saving 22 by the day, homie, buddy up. Sit back and relax while the dude speaks some facts. While you're here, have a snack of some color-coded wax.
It's that full metal cran eaters, 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 full metal cran eaters.
Ooh, piece of candy. Do you know how long it took me to get into those trousers?
That part cracks me up. That part, I think you should do just like different skits like that. You and the camis with the beard, and like, yeah, that I would love to see that.
So I sent that to Frank, the guy who makes the full crayons, and I was like, "Is this okay?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I got fucking long hair and a beard, like that's not okay." He's like, "Dude, it's fine." I'm like, "Okay." I know some people don't like it, but I can't please everybody, but I try.
Yeah, you're not like, I think you said in the intro, there's always somebody that's going to be offended.
Yeah.
You know what? I looked at it and I didn't even consider that. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, well, that was what I was going for. So, but hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Full Metal Cran Eaters. Tom is out tonight. His back's messing with him pretty bad, so we have another co-host, Gunny, is stepping in tonight. Instead of just being a guest, he's a co-host. So, welcome, Gunny. Thanks for coming on again.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure to hang out and talk with you.
Love being here.
We never run out of things to talk about. Book stuff, Marine Corps stuff, running stuff, RV stuff now that you're an RV owner. I'm not anymore, but I had one, so I'm still kind of in the club. I lived in one for 4 months.
Yeah, no, I think that qualifies. And then hopefully if you do end up getting it back, you'll be back right with us. Yeah. What's up, Jade?
Hey, Jade. Oh, we're beautiful people tonight. Normally we're beautiful beaches.
I'm on here now.
Yeah, that's why you're not a beach. Dang it. We need to have you on here more often. Change some vocabulary in the chat because we have children listening now, I guess. My son watches this, and I'm like, you probably shouldn't watch this. He's like, well, my mom says worse things than you do. I'm like, that doesn't make it okay, though.
Yeah, Jackson actually picked up one of my books over at the neighbor's house and started kind of reading it. And I mean, luckily they took it away from him, but
right.
You know, I mean, he says fuck all the time right now anyway, so he probably wouldn't have even phased him.
Yeah. That's funny. My son his birthday is today. He turned 10 years old. And it's crazy.
And you're doing this?
It's not my night to get him. I get him tomorrow.
Okay.
It was his first day back at school too, so.
Damn, you're all back in school already?
Today was the first day. Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
When do they get out of school?
May, I think.
May. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting him this weekend because he's got a football game Saturday night, 6:00. So it's his first one I'll get to see. Nice. And it's an actual game. The last one he had last weekend was just like practice, getting him used to being on the field and doing formations and stuff. But this one is legit. Yeah.
Tell him happy birthday from all of us.
I will. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to giving him all the stuff I bought him that he doesn't need. You know, it was funny because his mom asked me, she's like, do you want to have a party together or do you want to do your own thing? I'm like, I'll just do my own thing. And then like, what is today? Thursday. Yesterday, he's like, what are we doing for my birthday? I'm like, fuck, I got to plan this shit now. I was like, we're going out on Sunday with everybody, with the family and everybody. We're going to go out and eat and we're going to go open do presents and stuff, ice cream, cake, all that stuff. So I was like, hey mom, want to get a cake? She's like, I'll make him he loves chocolate pie. She's like, I'll make him a chocolate pie of his own. Like, all right. So I got all the party stuff to get now. Like, I gotta be the responsible adult here. This is uncharted territory. I don't know if I like this. No, I'm excited for it, and I bought him a bunch of stuff that I know he'll like because I can't say it on here in case he's watching, but he'll like what I got him.
That's a fun age. So Jackson, he's 9. He turned 9 in July. So he's into, Nerf guns and water guns and sports shit. Roblox, Robux, or whatever the hell they are, man. They're just it annoys the shit out of me though, because I know it's hot outside, but still I'm like, dude, you've been on the goddamn iPad for fucking 10 hours. Yesterday I came home. It was 4:00. He was still in his pajamas, still sitting on the couch, and he's like this with the iPad. Like, dude, like, the fuck outside.
Luckily, my son, he loves to be outside. He's not as much since he's been playing football because he likes to, relax or whatever. But he's like, he loves to watch like tutorial stuff on YouTube. He'll watch the normal, kid stuff on there too. But like, he likes to learn how things are done and stuff.
Listen, does he know who Mark Rober is?
I don't know if he does or not. I'll ask him.
You got to tell him to look him up if he likes that kind of shit. So Mark Rober was a NASA scientist, NASA engineer.
Oh, I know who he
might
is.
Still be, but he's the one that did like everybody's seen the squirrel maze backyard where it's like flipping on, like he did that. But he has these
Ninja Warrior course for the squirrels.
He has it's called elephant toothpaste, the shit that blows up and it's like all over the backyard. And I seriously watched it with Jackson. I probably watched it for like 3 days straight over the winter. Like it's just, and it's not stupid. Like it's good quality material.
I seen the one where he filled the pool with Jello.
Yeah.
The actual pool of Jello. That was pretty cool. Yeah. What's up, Jeff? Randall got our boy on a lockdown with his. He's only get 2 hours split in the day.
Yeah, Randall. You know what? We kind of tried that too. I think the hard part right now, especially because it's been 100 degrees, it's hard. Yeah. And I know, with my wife working from home, she can't really like go outside with him and watch him. And we live in the city, so I kind of get it. But I'm still like, I still want to tell my wife, look, you're working from home. Go work at the pool. Take him to the pool. Go work under the umbrella. I know that's like it's ridiculous, but it's tough.
Hey, Kate, I wish I could work from home. If I could work from home, I'd probably be on the road running all the time. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Where you at, Kyle? North Dakota.
Yeah.
Freezing.
You know what? Actually, we just got our the Save 22 run medals. My wife and I ordered them the other day when I think Melissa put them on.
Oh, the 22 too many?
Yep. Yeah. We signed up for it, and like 2 days later, we got it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I got mine today. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Like I made a post about it earlier. I actually ran a 5K today.
Did you run?
I didn't even plan on it. Yeah. I had a really good friend, actually my tattoo artist, reached out earlier this week, and he goes, "Hey man, I've been wanting to run with you for a while. If we can get together sometime and go run." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And not gonna lie, I did not want to run today at all. My back hurts. I felt like shit. I wasn't in a good mood. Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, let's go." We planned it out, and I ran with him, and like halfway, like we did 3 laps around the park, and it was a 5K, and after our first lap, we started our second lap and started pouring down rain. I was like, I needed this. Like, this feels great. What's up, Rob?
What's up, Katie? I will tell her you have Jello shots. We'll come out there on the 20th and pick them up.
I like Jello shots. I don't drink them or eat them anymore, but I still like them.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of that, I think. Hold on. Nope. Almost a year and a half.
Without alcohol?
You can't see that. 1 year, 5 months, 21 days, and 21 hours.
That's awesome.
Ugh. It's rough.
Is it? What was the hardest part?
Now.
Yeah.
It to me, well, it's different for everybody, but it's harder for me now than it was a year ago. Obviously a year ago I was out on the road, so it was easy to not drink then. But now that I'm home and life hit me and everything else, it'd be so easy just to go drink 12 beers and be like,
yeah,
this is going to make me feel better, even though I know it's not.
Yeah. Is it harder when you're around other people who are drinking?
No.
Nope.
That's the people. Some people are like, they will not drink around me. They're like, I won't do that to you. I'm like, no, it don't bother me. You drinking, it's my problem.
Right.
Now when you get, grown adults act like they're kids, I don't like that. Like, there's a difference between being drunk and having fun and being stupid.
Yeah.
And like, I know that's weird coming from a Marine, but like, even that level of stupidity is okay to a point. But like, you have these people that are just want to scream and be loud and obnoxious, and I'm like, nope, can't handle that. I think I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, I think, it has a lot to do with your personality too. I think everybody reacts differently to alcohol. I'm a fun drunk. I like to have fun, and but you do have those people who you want to fight everything.
Yeah,
or
just
we're break
adults,
shit, or
we're not like in our 20s anymore. Like I'm freshly 21. Like I got out of that fighting stage, but 24, 25, something like that. Like now I'm just like, somebody calls me a name, I'm like, oh, cool, man. If that's your opinion of me, then I guess that's okay, because you're allowed to have that opinion of me.
Yeah, well, I've gotten a lot of comments lately, especially since the book's been out, about like comments from stories or whatever, and so everybody's like, "Are you still like this now?" And like I still drink, we still go out, we still have fun, but all those stories were from single me, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when we did stupid shit, especially in the 90s, man. In the 90s, everything, the whole world was different back then, so you could get away with a lot more. But
nobody with a cell phone to record you either.
Yeah, no shit. That's a big thing. Yeah. Wow, Robert, 26 years. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I was at a bar today after work, or I went to the doctor. Getting ready to have a surgery in a couple weeks. Nothing major, but I went and ate at a bar here in town, Ziggy's actually. Rob's son works there, but and that's when Matt was like, "Are we still running today?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, shit, yeah. Give me 30 minutes and I'll be there." So I ate a buffalo chicken wrap and a big thing of chips, and then I went and ran a 5K. And I got home, I was soaking wet, and I was like, "Should I poop first or should I take a shower, change clothes?" Like I'm just.
We always have to shit first. Shit first, then shower. It's always.
Yeah.
It's always the rule.
But I had to go, and I was like, I had a coming to Jesus moment. Like, which one do I need to do? Like, and then I was like, took off all my clothes and just sitting there. I'm like, I'll take a shower after I'm done. This is fine. You don't drink a lot. Your acid reflux prevents it. I get real bad headaches. So I couldn't drink whiskey for a long time because it gives me really bad acid reflux. I don't know why. It's just whiskey that did that, but I like it, but couldn't drink it.
I don't really have anything that I can't drink. I'm not a seltzer fan. I've tried every one of the flavors that my wife has. She loves them, swears by them. I can't do it.
Yeah.
They just,
yeah. And there goes the poop. You never know what we're gonna. I mean, we always talk about random shit on here, literally.
Dude, but like shitting, pooping. Man, there's so many good.
Oh, did we lose him?
Good stories.
I think. Oh, there he is.
We still here?
Yep. I think I've got too much shit open that's bogging down the stream. I've got like 20 different tabs open. Close those two. Yeah. Oh yeah, that cut my CPU usage down by like 80%. So. Hey.
Katie, which word, shit or poop?
Poop.
Which one makes you laugh?
It's probably the word poop. We were talking about that today.
Yeah.
It's like somebody was at work talking about. I asked because there's always somebody that hates the word moist, and I was like sweating my ass off today. So I'm like, I'm very moist today, and they're like, that word doesn't bother me. And they're like, but the word poop bothers this lady at work. And I'm like, what do you mean? What? How does poop make you feel uncomfortable? Like everybody does it.
Yeah. That's funny.
So like all day long, I would walk in the office. I'm like, man, I really gotta take a poop. She just give me she would like stop working and just look up for me and give me a look, and I'm like, hey, you gotta get paid to poop. Don't poop on your time. Poop on company time.
That's weird. Do you have any words that bother you?
No.
Idiot. That's the only word that bothers me, and I know where it comes from. My grandmother. So my grandmother, she used to say that all the time. Like, are you an idiot? Stop being an idiot. And that's the only word that kind of makes me cringe a little bit. But nothing like I don't get poop, moist. Why would you not like that word? What about that word makes you like?
Yeah, I don't understand either.
I don't get it. I mean, I see why like Katie makes her laugh. Like certain words, make you laugh. But
yeah, I have the maturity level of like a 9-year-old when it comes to the word poop and.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. I consider myself a 12, 13-year-old preteen.
Yep.
Because I like boobs. There's another word for you, boob.
Oh my god, I've embarrassed the crap out of my son. Because he's at that age where like, I caught him the other day, or it's a couple weeks ago now, but we were walking through Walmart. When this girl walked by, she was probably a year or two older than him, and I seen her walking with her dad. And like I didn't say anything, I didn't make eye contact or nothing. I just seen I seen him coming, and I looked down at him, and he did one of these. He just tilted his head, and I'm like, I didn't say anything for a minute, and then they walked by us because they were walking the opposite direction as us, and he started to talk about some toy or something he was wanting or something, and then he does one of these just nonchalant, and he just goes. I was like, what you looking at? He's like, nothing. I'm like, I think you're looking at something. I said, there was no toys over there you were looking at. His face gets real red. He goes, nothing.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's caught me too. So I'm like, hey, we all do it. I hate the word sup.
Sup.
Every text from my brother starts with that and ends with sup.
You know what? I tell you what. Now that Randall says that, you know what word I hate right now? Have you heard anybody use the word sus?
My son says it all the time. Yes.
Oh my God, that annoys me so bad. That takes me to my level 10 right there. My kids say it, and I told them like that's not allowed in our house anymore. Because the next door neighbor, girl next door, it's my son's age, she's kind of started it, or at least on our block. And now, like, that's so sus. What does that mean? What does that mean? That doesn't even make fucking sense. Like, why are you saying it? It's not allowed. It's banned in my house right now.
I think it comes from the game Among Us. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out right now. I'll look it up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm pretty sure it comes from that game. Where does the term
super sus?
Yeah, it's an Among Us catchphrase. It means has a controversial past. Very sus. Yeah, I don't like it either.
No, I don't.
He's started to use the word cringe when I do things that he doesn't like. Stop, Dad. That's very cringe. I'm like, oh well, now I'm gonna do it even more. You done messed up, dude.
Jackson says trash. That's so trash. What? Yeah. Although he knows so he started singing Rick Ashley. Whatever the hell that song is. And
Never
he knows it word for word. And it came on one day and he was singing it. And I was like, Jackson, where the hell did you hear that? Oh, it's in, I don't know, YouTube or, one of those things. And I was like, like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This, I work with a guy. He just started this week. He's a new guy. And he had to take over for me today because I left a little early because of my doctor's appointment. But I hadn't said a word to him because he doesn't work on my line. So, and I usually don't try to learn their names until they've been there for about a month because our turnover rate's like 80%. So yeah, it's ridiculous. So my boss brought him over to us. Hey, Kyle, this is Manny. You're gonna take over. He's gonna take over for you when you leave. Just show him what you need him to do. Blah 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 blah. Like, okay, cool. And I didn't honestly know because he was working with some Hispanics. I didn't know if he even spoke English. And I just took my hand out. I was like, hey, man, my name's Kyle. And he's like, spoke better English than I do. I'm like, in my head, I was like, okay, cool. This is going to be a lot easier now. Like, because like I can communicate very, very broken Spanish when it comes to this work stuff. But I was telling him what I needed him to do and stuff. And he was like, oh, I feel you, fam. I feel you, fam. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm glad you understand. Yeah. It's like this some of those words that and I hate saying these young kids, but this young generation have come up with is just.
Yeah. Do you make up names? Do you make up names for the new guys, or you just be like, "Yo,
no,
what's up?"
Nope. Hey, man, come here. Hey, man. Yeah, like if I talk to him, and it's not. I don't specifically ignore them, but like I usually am never around anybody close enough to talk to him. But and he's been like, he's been trying to learn stuff. So which is like, I asked him if he liked it. He's like, oh man, this is a good job. And I'm like, ooh, I don't think you've worked very many places, but hey, if you like it, enjoy it. Cause like, it's not a bad job, but it's a factory. So it's boring and hot.
I like to make up names for new people that I meet. And I do it on purpose. So like if I would have met you, and they would introduce you to Kyle, I'd been like, hey Chris, what's going on? No, it's Kyle. Yeah, Ken, whatever. Just to see their reaction, because I mean, you can tell some people that have a sense of humor, they'll either go with it or be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, and then like with our motorcycle club, I started naming all of our prospects Fred. So no matter if you're Fred 1, Fred 2, Fred 3, Fred 4, you don't actually get a real name until you get patched in. So I think we're up to like Fred 9 or 10 right now. So it's fun. It becomes a humorous thing more, I think more to me than, than anybody else, but that's all that matters.
Yeah. They used to call you Brontosaurus, Rob. That's I hate cray cray. Yeah, cray cray. No, I'm good. I won't. Not a fan of that either.
Is there a story behind being called Brontosaurus? I'm almost afraid to ask.
Yeah, I'd like to know. I'm intrigued. Did you have any nicknames in the Marine Corps that people called you?
No, not really. Well, so we made up our own names in the very beginning. When we were all single, we would go out and we would make up our own names. And so this actually story's in the book, so I don't know if you've read it yet or not. But it was Scott. So my middle name is Scott. So I met a girl down in Kings Bay, Georgia, while we were all out, and introduced, my name is Scott. Went out for a while, and I ended up really liking her. But she was a Navy chief on the base daughter. And
oh yeah,
I had the conversation with one of my real close friends, and I was like, dude, what do I do? Like, do I come clean and like tell her, hey, look, that's not my real name? Or do I just go with it? And, because who knows you're 19 at the time. Like, right. Who knows what's going to happen?
Like, I just go by my middle name.
And Troy was like, listen, her dad's a chief, man. You're going to have to just live this out. Right. And so this ends up being my first wife, because we end up getting married. But in the meantime, while we're dating and becoming more serious, the first time she gets to meet my parents, she's flying in from Illinois to Philadelphia, and I'm driving up from Georgia. And we had an issue where we were missing a weapon on our final count. So we had gotten delayed by like 5 hours. So for me leaving on time, I wasn't going to get to the airport. So I had to call my mom. Hey, look, Jenny's coming, she's going to be flying in here. I'm not going to make it. Can you please go to the airport and get her? All right. So now it's my mom, my stepdad, my dad, and my stepmom all at the airport to go pick her up. Right. Nice. And they've seen pictures and that, so they knew each other. And then Jenny is talking about Scott this and Scott that. And finally my mom turns to her and she's like, who the hell is Scott? And that was kind of like oh, well, listen, now that we need to have this conversation. I made something up, like, it was like, listen, there's another guy in our platoon. His name's Jesse too. And it was just easier for me to go by Scott, than it was. And, she kind of bought it, but it was kind of like an inside joke for a long time. But now we didn't really, besides that, we didn't really have nicknames. Esther, we all went by our last names drill instructor, who actually, one of the reasons I started this book was because he used to tell stories, and he made up nicknames for everybody. And I guess that's maybe where I, kind of got it from too, but he used to call me Northwesterly or Easter Bunny. Every day it was like a new, I don't know how, like, they go to school and they learn like how to fuck with people. Like, I would love to go to DI school just for that aspect, because they are geniuses at coming up with like the most funny shit.
Yeah.
Like they just, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Our drill instructors were like that too. They just like be screaming at you and then just say the most funny shit and you can't laugh at it.
Yeah.
No, I never had a nickname until Tom's son gave me the nickname Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah. That was a couple years ago.
Yeah. See, I couldn't even get away. My motorcycle club, when I got patched in and they had to come up with an original name, they picked Gunny. Like they put a lot of fucking thought into Gunny. Like,
yep.
I don't know.
It's funny because there's I'm sure you have chapters out there, the United States Military Veterans Motorcycle Club. You ever heard of them? What is my computer doing?
Yeah.
So I've been friends with a lot of the guys that are in this chapter here in Columbus for years. I actually used to go to church with like the president of the chapter, but it's like I barely remember his real first name because I've known him as his road name for so long. And then I watching them when the probates come in and the ones actually stick around and end up getting patched in, how they get their names and stuff. It's pretty funny. One of the guys that's actually going to be helping me on my book, his road name is Six Balls. So like, and like I was like, so like, how did you get the name Six Balls? He goes, I fit 6 meatballs in my mouth. That was the record, and then they called me Six Balls, and I'm like,
That's good. We had one of our guys, I gave the name Barber because when he came in as a prospect, he was telling us, we were talking about Iraq and him being there, and he got busted down. And I said, like, why? Tell us the story. And so he said he had one of the Marines that was over there was just completely disgusting, and they shaved his head. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. Like you shaved some guy's head, got busted down, and I was like, Barber, your name is going to be Barber. And it fucking fits, man. And then when, you ask people like that, like, how did you get the nickname Six Balls? They have that story that they can tell. I always think that's pretty cool. We try and do something different for, like everybody like that, but
yeah.
So
most of their significant others, usually their name goes in hand with their name. So like the president, his name is Yogi. His wife's name is Boo Boo. Professor and Marianne, Machine Gun and Ammo. There used to be what was, I can't think of his name.
So while you're thinking, my wife's name is Legs, and that was just because everywhere she goes, she's in heels and like, a skirt or, whatever. That's what she got the name Legs. Nice.
Besides Dean giving me baby Jesus, and then the Beard Club gave me my Z name Miles, which it's very fitting. I was my whole life I was like, I want a nickname. I want something that to be called by something besides Kyle. I hate the name Kyle.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot of people that really love their name, but
that's weird. I think maybe it's just because we hear it so often that we get sick of it.
Yeah. That's probably what it is. It's like, well, I couldn't have a cool name like anything but Kyle.
Right.
Like children don't know how to say Kyle. They're like, Cow? Yep. You just call me Cal. I don't care. I've been called that my entire life.
Well, I mean, now names, you can name your kid whatever the hell you want. So it doesn't have to be like the old traditional names. You can just
Book. I'm gonna name you Book.
COVID. You're gonna name your kid fucking COVID.
Oh man, I would hate to be that kid when they grow up.
Right.
Like, yeah. I guess Kyle's not so bad.
I just drafted a kid we had our soccer draft for our 10U team on Tuesday, and one of the kids that we know, his name is Brooks, and his last name is Dunn. So we have Brooks and Dunn as his name.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, everybody in my entire life has never been able to pronounce my last name correctly the first time. Well, when bill collectors call or whoever, like there's Mr. Klingler there. Nope, no Mr. Klingler here. Must have the wrong number. The drill instructors, the first day, they're going through everybody's name and everything. Everybody was online and stuff. They get to Jordan. I had my bunkmate was Jordan to my left, and I forget who's to my right off the top of my head, but it was Ku. There's a Japanese kid named Ku to my right. They get to Jordan, they were talking to him, whatever, and they came to me and they look at me, they're like, How do you say that? I was like, Killinger, and they're like, and they never forgot it, but they were like, and all of boot camp they called me whatever the hell that came out of their mouth, Right. And I knew who they were talking to too. Like, yep. I'm pretty sure he's talking to me. I'm not going to take a chance on it not being me. So I got my ass busted because I never used a combination lock until I went to boot camp. So the first 2 days, I got my ass kicked. And then my bunkmate was like, "You don't know how to use this?" I'm like, "No, I never went to public school. I never used one of these in my life." And he's like, "Oh, just do it like this." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that was easy."
Right.
So he helped me out a ton with that. So like that was the most I really got yelled at and like singled out in boot camp because I pretty much did everything else. Once you learn how to hear them and understand what they're saying, it's not that bad.
Robert, I agree with you. You know, if my wife uses my real first name, I know I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
She calls me everything but Jesse. Yeah.
Asshole,
dickhead. Those are, terms of endearment. But if she says Jesse, I know it. We're about to have a serious conversation. I need to sit down.
I guess I should have been listening to the past however long she's been talking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Before I forget, there is, if you guys are local to my area, Columbus, Indiana, there is a beard competition in Columbus this weekend. It's hosted by the Beard Mob, but the Indiana chapter of Mad Viking will be there to support them and help them out. I'm looking forward to having an event like this here in Columbus. It is going to be at, what building is that? 400 Brown Street. I don't know where that's at off the top of my head. Is that? Oh, it's over by the Hotel Indigo. Yeah. So if you guys aren't doing anything Saturday, I know there's a lot going on in town this weekend. There's a Tough Mudders this weekend that I'm not going to get to run because I have to be at the beard competition, and then I have to go to my son's football game. But yeah, looking forward to that. And I got to share the screen because Gunny, this is something you need to come to. October 28th and 29th is the Mad Vikings 9th annual Monsters Ball event in Pittsburgh. I've been to it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. It is the best time of the year, probably. On the 28th, they do a costume contest, and the 29th is the beard competition. And it's so much fun. You don't have to compete in the beard competition; just go to hang out. It's a big party, and they raise money for the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital. And they always raise a ton of money in that weekend. Like, I think last year they raised, they had to stop. They couldn't have the beard competition last year because of the COVID restrictions, but they still got together to have the party, which I don't understand. The venue where the beard competition was supposed to be changed the rules at the last minute, so they canceled that, but they still were able to go to the bar or the brewery and have everything else. And they still raised like $25,000 for the Children's Hospital. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that as soon as I saw the date, I could say I'm out. That whole week is Halloween week, right? We start decorating. My whole block starts decorating September like 30th.
Nice.
We gotten to the point where the last like 4 years we've gotten letters in the mail from some organization we haven't really figured out who it is, but they, telling us that our decorations are over the top, like too over the top for their little kid. I'll have to send you the copy of the letter, but they've gone into it, Trump's racist America, and that's why we shouldn't be decorating for Halloween. And yeah, it's funny, but we take it like extremely serious. This year I already have, when I'm setting up for Halloween, I'm already thinking about next year's Halloween.
Right.
So, I'm doing a construction site theme this year. So I'm going to have some skeletons falling off ladders, and I have a table saw that I'm going to take the blade off, and I'm going to put like a hose with some blood coming out of it. So when it goes off, like the blood will squirt out.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
awesome. It's
awesome.
one of those things where after, we set up and we kind of sit back and we're like, hey, do you think we're overdoing this? Yeah, no. Probably a little bit, but it's so much fun. But our block, we get the whole like city that comes out and comes down our main street. When I first moved in, the guy who sold me the house asked, do you like Halloween? Yeah, I like Halloween. All right, well, make sure you have a lot of candy. Well, what's a lot of candy if you're not used to, a lot of kids, So I went out and I bought 2 bags of the 300 piece, candies from Walmart. And as I'm coming out, my next door neighbor, she says, do you have more? Like, what? What do you mean, do I have more? It's like 600 pieces of candy here. And she was like, yeah, you better get more. And literally within an hour, I was calling my wife, excuse me, And I was like, yo, you have to go to CVS and get more candy. We get, 1,000 kids through our street within those 3 hours of trick or treating. It's just fucking ridiculous.
That's
but
awesome.
now we put on a show. Our whole 4 or 5 houses in a row, we put on a show. So everybody comes through. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Jake said she read last year's letter. Yeah, it's every year. It's we look forward to it, and the whole town knows. Like they know we get these letters. My next door neighbor who got their first original letter, it went viral. It had 2 million views. And then, so now, I mean, when it starts getting into mid-October, all of our neighbors are asking, did you get a letter yet? Did you get a letter yet? Did you get a letter yet? It's funny. Nice. I mean, but we look forward to it now. I mean, it's, it's worth the hundreds of dollars that we spend on Halloween decorations. It's
one of my favorite holidays too, actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think
I don't blame you.
I have all my skeletons, saluting or, put camis on them and dog tags or something. I'll have to figure something out for next year, but yeah, it's a good time. Katie, you have to, Katie, if you go on my page and look and scroll down through my timeline to October, go look at Halloween, because the letter should be on there. And then all of our pictures from last year or the videos and stuff, they're definitely on there.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. Cause there's, let me see if I can pull it up actually. New window. Over here, Facebook. Born in a bar. Oh, I need a new computer bad. Born. Sorry. All right, let's scroll. Okay. Filters. 2021 October. Done. Oh shit. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah. So last year's theme was my COVID theme. So I have two mannequins dressed in biohazard suits, and the barrels say Wuhan Laboratories, and I have a bunch of Corona bottles, and I have two smokers, and when they both hit the fog machines, you can't see down the street. You have to,
nice.
You have to, and so the screen that my son's walking in front of right now, it's actually it's like a 6x4 LED panel screen. When you take the video of it, it doesn't come out as nice, but when you're looking at it in the dark, all you see is these ghosts coming up out of the ground. It's pretty badass. But yeah, we take it a little too seriously. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to make my way out there for Halloween then.
I'm telling you, man, if anybody wants to come out for Halloween, I tell all my friends, Halloween, look, what if you're not doing anything, come out. You'll never see anything like this. 1,000 kids over 2 hours. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a good time. All the kids, and it's nice seeing all the kids that I've coached over the last couple of years. They all come by my house, and they're all, it's just so much fun.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to start handing out candy instead of leaving it out.
A couple years ago, when we had Hurricane Sandy came through, so we're going back, and probably 6 years, 7 years. I don't remember when it came through, but the governor of New Jersey canceled Halloween. He said, we're not going to do Halloween. We'll do it, and our town said, fuck you. We're doing Halloween. Fox News came over. They were on our block. I mean, it was just, that's how serious we take it.
You're going to cancel a holiday. What do you mean?
Yeah. You're going to cancel Halloween. Sure. Okay, buddy. Yeah.
It's like canceling the fucking 4th of July.
Right. Yeah.
So how's the second book coming along?
Good. It's coming along good.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit to really get into it, just because of other things going on. But stories are I think I'm probably about halfway done with stories, and I haven't really even started mine. But yeah, they're definitely coming in. I have, I got a bunch of people that I'm waiting on stories that I'll probably keep bugging.
I know. I got a note right here.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I'll tell you. I have a somewhat decent celebrity who said that they would be sending a story in, and I'll leave it at that for right now. And I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But I was pretty shocked. I sent him a message and I was like, man, there's no way he's going to respond back. And probably within about an hour and a half, he asked when the deadline was, and I told him, and he was like, you got it. I'll see if I can get you something before then. And I was sitting there. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, holy shit. Like I had to go tell my wife. And I mean, I was like, this is like Christmas Day for me, like right now. Cause I was like,
fanboy. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, no way. This would be fucking awesome if he actually sends me one in. So
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's going good.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with the first one, and the second one, I'm starting to get some real good stories in.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I don't know which one to send you. I don't even know. I'll get that figured out here in the next week or so. At least narrow it down which one I want to tell you. There's quite a few.
I get some in that are funny, and they're like, look, I don't want you can't use my name though. All right, no problem. I'll make up a name, because they're all, like a lot of the Thailand, Oki, like those kind of stories. And they're like, look, I'm married now. I have kids. I'm not the same as I was back then. And no problem. I will make you up a name. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Katie. And I definitely will. I will definitely talk to him. I got a story out of Jason Rutledge today. So
nice.
Your husband's next on the list. I got to hit him up.
Yes. I actually talked to Jason last weekend.
His story's funny.
Oh, I bet. I was over in Ohio and I was gonna get to see him, but I didn't get to, but he's a good dude. And we were talking about it earlier before the show. I said I'm getting my book started beginning of next month. I got 2 guys. We're gonna sit down once a week at least, as of right now, once a week, and then because I'm not literate, I can't shut my brain down enough to sit and write something. So we're gonna sit down and I'm just gonna talk, tell stories and stuff. I know exactly how I'm gonna start the book. They both have homework to do. I told them to listen to the David Goggins book because I don't want to copy what that is, but I want to do that style. So and I've already figured out like where I want to start it, and then because I don't want it to be just a book about running across the country. That's not everybody's, that's not everybody's gig. So, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's gonna be a challenge because there's things in there that I'm gonna have to put in there that I've already dealt with, but like it's gonna be harder to put it out there for anyone that wants to see it or hear it or read it. So I'm looking forward to it though, but it's also it's gonna be tough to get to let some of it out of it a bit.
Well, and the thing is I had that issue too with my book. So my book, I think I've said this before. My book was a 10-12 year book in the making. I had thought about it. I knew exactly what I wanted to do for the cover. I knew exactly how I wanted to set everything up, the stories I wanted to use. And then, for me, it was the timing of, okay, who the hell wants to read stories about, a Marine being stupid and dating strippers? Like, it just didn't make any sense. Yeah.
Rob, this is the book. Born in a Bar. It's on Amazon. Go buy it. It's hilarious. Yeah. I've not read the entire thing, but I've read probably more than 3/4 of it. I've only got a couple left. And they're hilarious.
I think, the biggest thing for me, like my wife hasn't read it. And I told my mom, like my mom asked if I was going to send her a copy. And I said, nope, don't buy it on Amazon. Don't read it. This is not for you. But there was a lot of stuff in there that, like, you and I would find funny, other people would find funny, but for my wife, like reading it, it wasn't funny.
Right.
And I get that. And, like the second book, for me, like my stories aren't about me, like, having sex with anyone. There's,
right.
It's some stripper stories, but they're not the same as,
right.
Whatever. But, yeah, I can, I mean, and even doing like my book, I have some more stories that are funny that I'm not putting in the book for reasons because of relationships. I just don't think it's appropriate,
Right.
Which I mean, yeah, but it's definitely an experience. It's fun. The day that you publish it and you get your first one, and from Amazon, and it shows up on your desk, and you're like, oh my God, like this is this is serious, like holy shit. Or you'll be watching the KDP or wherever you publish it from, when you get your first sale, it's like, oh my God, somebody actually went online and bought this book, and it's addicting because you're like, you'll check it like every day. Like, I've noticed, for me, like my stupid, meme of the day, born in a bar, post of the day.
Yeah.
I did it just because I was bored and I was like, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do this. And I've noticed that like the 1st of July, we just took a bunch of, we had a bunch of little different vacations and stuff planned, and I didn't post anything for 2 weeks. Well, the sales of my book dropped and I didn't have any for like 2 weeks. And I, was like, holy shit, that's kind of weird. And then I came back and I started posting them again, and then they went back up. So, the reach that has just on Facebook and on Instagram, because that's all I really use is Instagram. I post something on Instagram and it comes over to Facebook, and that's about as, social media savvy as I am. That it's, I mean, obviously one correlates with the other because, the more that I post, the more people buy the book. But it was a fun, it's a fun experience doing it. My editor that I chose is a friend of mine. I've known her for 10 years. She has no military experience whatsoever. And the first story that I sent her, she called me and she was laughing so hard that I was laughing. And, I mean, and it's fun, going through it and doing everything. And especially when you're done, like your story going across the country. I mean, that's going to be awesome.
That's definitely going to be a big part of it, because not just doing that, but like, the healing that I got from that, and I want to be able to put that into words. So hopefully someone else, not to go out and run across the country, but actually doing whatever they can do to find that.
Yeah.
And, find that healing, find that peace or whatever. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot. I think about it every day now. I'm like, I'm like making notes in my phone, like major things that I want to talk about, major things that I, and I had to go back to I was talking to my sister about, I'm like, what year did this happen? Like these things that, me and my sister both went through. I'm like, and she like have to get online and be like, because my sister doesn't forget anything. She's, she'll get online and be like, oh, it was 1993. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember. I barely remember 93. Like I was, like 5. I turned 6 in the end of 93. So, but like going back to like my earliest recollection of life, that's where I know that I have been through some things that a lot of people won't. And, and that's, I think looking back now, that's kind of actually like been like a pattern in my life. And I've been able to, maybe not intentionally, but like I unintentionally like was trying to avoid those things, but it's also brought me full circle to where I'm at now, so, cause, when I was probably 7, probably a couple years after that major event that's going to be in the book, that's where I'm starting it at. But like, a couple years later, the first time I had ever heard the word suicide was one of my best friends. His mom had committed suicide. And me and him have been friends since we were only a few months apart. We were like, my sister and his sister grew up together. So it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah.
What's up,
Well,
Damien?
listen, if you have any questions, make sure you hit me up because I learned everything the hard
you are
way.
both on the Rolodex. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it though.
My big thing right now, once I really want to I'm far enough ahead on the book right now that I think I can get done early. I'm still not going to publish it. I'm not going to push the button till November like 5th or 6th. That way people could buy it and it'll be out to their house by November 10th. But I really want to I want to try and get the audio version done, and I want to get the e-reader version done of the first book, and then the second one, of course, too. But those were a little bit harder than just going on and publishing the book itself, because the way that I did the format that I used didn't work well with Amazon's digital copy or whatever. So I got to go in and mess with it. And of course, then I tried to do the audio version, and I thought that would be easier because just like this, I've got everything I really need. I figured I could just read, right? Like how hard can this be? I can read, no problem. Yeah, man, that was harder than anything I've ever done. All right. Especially the story. Like I figured I would start off with one of my stories that I've told 7 million times.
Yeah.
The problem with telling a story is every time you tell a story, it's just slightly different, just a little bit. And I would catch myself saying something, using a different word than it's on the screen. And I'd be like, and then fuck. Oh, wait a minute. God, shit.
Yep.
And then I'd have to stop. I'd have to go back and I probably should have just left it in there, just for the humor aspect of it. But I just kind of got busy and I was like, I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that.
One of the, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I never really thought that, the audio books would be making a comeback, because I remember back in the, 2000s or whatever, audio books were all, like, I got a book, Black Hawk Down, that I listened to on my drive out to Oklahoma. But I was like, audiobooks now, who's going to read or listen to an audiobook? And a Marine, a Marine reached out to me, and the one that hit, and I was like, damn it, I have to do this. He was in an IED blast, lost his legs and his vision, so he can't read. And but he was like, look, I would love to hear this book. And I was like, God damn it, like, Matt, listen, I promise you, I'm going to get you an audiobook. And I actually reached out. So awesome. I reached out I found a local-ish to New Jersey, a place that does Braille inscriptions. Nice. So she's going to make me up an inscription for a book in Braille that I can send to him. So we'll have the book, and then eventually he'll have the audio version too. So
that's awesome. One of the guys that's going to be helping me out, like, just in, when we were going to start doing the video, like, we're just going to do videos, and then we're going to transcribe it later. But like, I asked him, I was like, I want you to narrate this. And he's like, why? I was like, for many reasons. I think you have like that voice that people listen to when you speak. Like, you are a very well-spoken person, and like, it would mean a lot to me if you would narrate this for, print, like, because our friendship and our relationship, like, I think that, this isn't something I just want some random person I don't know to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it would mean a lot more coming from someone that knows me. And so.
Yeah. And that's, there's a whole website on the Amazon's, I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's another like 3-letter word or whatever for their audio. And they have people that you can just say, they'll send you clips of what they sound like reading. And I kind of looked into it, and I was like, I'd rather get all the authors. I know it's one of those tasks is the bridge too far, but I would love to get each one of the authors to read their own story, so it's in their voice. But it's difficult because you have to have like almost perfect sound quality for them to accept it.
True.
And I think what I may do is I want to reach back out to them and just explain to them what my book is. It's bar stories. So if you got a little bit of, bar noise in the background or whatever,
that's gonna make it better.
Whatever. So we'll see. It's kind of the cost of trying to do things, on our level. We're not a David Goggins. We're not going to get that book deal from, Columbia House. Hey, here's $1 million to put your book out. We're not that person.
He turned down the offer for that book, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah. He wasn't offered a lot for it, like what you would think. He's only offered like $250,000 for it or something like that.
That's
it's a lot of money.
It is.
He turned it down though, and I think that's another reason why I respected it so much is because he didn't just do it for the money.
But that's it. When I first started with this, and I reached out to a couple publishers who were former Marines too, and they were like, look, you're a nobody, and I know that I didn't do anything special. He said, I like to drink and date strippers. That doesn't make me any different than any other Marine that ever went through the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm not a Medal of Honor. I'm not even a Purple Heart. I'm not a SEAL. I'm not Delta. I'm not a Ranger, whatever. So nobody's going to give us a book deal. We have to do it on our own. And I was fine with that. I did everything myself. I already knew in my mind that, my vision of what I wanted. So it was, it was easier to do it myself. And that way I can control everything that, comes out and how everything looks. Especially with the dedication page that I did on my book, like that was my one, this has got to be perfect, Yep. But I can't wait. I'm excited for you, man. I really am. I can't wait. You'll have to get an autographed copy of it when it comes out.
I will definitely do that. I mean, not just for you, but especially for you, since you were so gracious to sign mine in crayon. You can't see it because it's so bright.
Yeah, you can. You do.
But yeah, there's a lot of things on the pan right now, but I'm trying to just knock things out as quickly as I can, one at a time, and focus on what I need to focus on. And this is my goal. I try to do something different every year that I've never done, and that is my thing this year. I want to do at least start it and get a good start on it by the end of the year. Yeah, because I know once we get it going, that's the hardest part is getting it going. Once I'm going, I get the talent from my dad. I can talk for hours, Yep. But I've been blessed to 4 months out on the road. I can't fit that in a 2-hour, 1-hour podcast,
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not going to be a single person anywhere that's going to hear everything that I seen and did, and because I'll never be able to tell every single story. But if I can get the main high points out, that's my goal.
Yeah. What's going on, Kevin? Kevin's another Marine that's back here from us. He's one of my Eagles fans. We've known each other for a while. Who promised me a story too, by the way.
Yeah. Eagles have fans. I didn't know.
Yeah, we have one or two. We travel well.
Well, my team is already eliminated from the playoffs, and the season hasn't started yet.
Hasn't started yet.
Yeah. I don't watch football anymore, but I still consider myself a Cowboys fan. So,
I was a huge football fan for a long time. And we used to tailgate every one of the Eagles home games. And then for a while we were tailgating some of the away games. But I'll tell you now, especially with my son, we went to the Philadelphia Union soccer, a game last week. And it was phenomenal to watch, man. It was cheap. It was $30 for a ticket. It's just so much smaller of a venue. The stuff that they do, man, it was just so much fun. My son had a blast because he loves soccer. We started watching that a little bit more, a little bit more than football, and
yeah, for sure. I love going to sporting events, especially ones like soccer and stuff like that. A lot of people don't go to. It is always just as much fun, if not more fun, than a football game or basketball game. We have an amateur league baseball team here in Indiana, and it's a blast to go to.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Reading, or right outside Reading, Pennsylvania. We have the Reading Phillies, so it's I think their stadium is maybe I don't know, maybe 10 grand, maybe. But it's so much more fun. It's so much more enjoyable. It's cheap. They do a lot more stuff. It's not all for television, and it's guys that they're playing the sport not for money, and they're it's just it's a better venue, better time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Jade, I will definitely do that, and I will sign it in crayon. What's up, Joe Compton? It's
So in Ohio, I could sign that book for you.
Do what?
I said if she comes out to the Save 22 walk next year, I could sign that for you.
Yeah. There you go. That's what. See, Jade. See.
Did you read my book yet though? That's the real question.
Yeah.
And if you did, what was your favorite story? You have a favorite story yet?
Talking to me or Jade?
Jade. Or you. What was your favorite story?
Oh, dude,
put you on the spot.
Yeah, because like I got a couple left. But the hearing test one was one of my favorites.
E. Yeah.
E. Yeah.
I think that one relate. I mean, all of these stories, anybody in any service would completely, understand and relate to. That was one of them, though, that, like I think even civilians laugh at that one because, I mean, it's just anybody who's been in the military knows exactly what that fucking sounds like, to go through. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. I need to read it again. Like, finish reading it, and I want to read it again because I've been actually making more time to do things like that, actually sit and read an actual book instead of being on this computer all the time. Probably the hearing test one, but once I read it again, I actually can retain the memories more. Not have as much shit going on. I'll give you my favorite.
Yeah. I get asked that a lot too, like what my favorite story was from the book. And it's so hard to pick one because, they're all funny and they're all relatable.
Yeah.
Or even like mine, like everybody asks me, well, what's my favorite story to tell? And, like it's hard to answer that question because, you have different stories for like everything. Like you could be talking about ice cream and I'd be like, I have a story about that. Let me tell you about ice cream. So, but that's kind of the fun part of it too. And that's what we do as Marines. We do stupid shit and then we love, joking about it.
Yeah. I did stupid shit last week before the podcast, ate that hot sauce and about died.
Yeah.
Doing a PT test hungover. Like, did anyone do a PT test sober?
Boot camp.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's true. What's up, Erica? Yeah. You'll say you'll have it read by the time you sign it.
Jay, listen, it's one of these books that you can pick up and you could just read a story.
Yeah. And
put it down and come back to it later. It's definitely, great bathroom reading material, taking a bath reading material, whatever, drinking a bottle of wine. It's definitely got to pick it up and read it.
Yeah.
And then
you won't regret it.
You can take a picture with you of it, post it on Facebook and tag me on it. And that will help me out a lot. And I will love you even more for that.
There you go. I'll take a picture like wearing my silkies and doing something crazy as I'm reading it. So
listen, you know what? I actually almost called you to ask you where I can get those silkies, right? Because with my ball pitcher, and I'll lead you into that so you can post it. I need a better pair of shorts to wear while I do that, while I have them.
Okay. Let me pull it up actually. I think I've ordered it. Yep. So, they're on sale. I might have to order me another pair.
Are they Amazon? Is that an Amazon purchase?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
I'm gonna send you the link. They're $23.95 a pair right now.
That's not bad.
Yeah, they were $30. They have the black and white American flag. I have a couple pair of those, and they have the regular red, white, and blue American flag ones. I'm gonna copy this link. and I'm going to send it to you before I forget. But yes, you were doing. What were you doing in that book? In that picture, were you doing a book signing? Is that what you were doing?
So we had this is mid-July. We had our whole Leathernecks Nation Motorcycle Club gathering down in Quantico, Virginia, and we all have everything set up. So I had, I was asked to bring some of my books along, so I brought them along, and I was signing a book in crayon at the time the picture was taken.
So last week, me and Tom get this picture from Gunny, and I'm like, "Oh, cool." He signed. What the fuck? Damn it, Gunny. So if that picture doesn't get us banned, then I think we're doing pretty good.
That was so much fun. It was so much fun.
For those of you guys that are going to listen to this later and not watch it, Gunny has a pair of balls hanging out of his shorts. So,
fake balls. They're fake balls. But listen, they are like,
they look
like no shit, like realistic. Like they have little hair coming out of them. And I mean, yeah, it's funny. And it's even funnier, after like people know that they're fake and then they go to touch them, and then they're like, oh fuck, like what the fuck is this? Yeah, they're great. It's a great party trick, that's for sure.
Oh, I guarantee it. You're retiring. You're getting the. Oh, you don't want my haircut. I'm going for the. See, I want to grow my hair back out, but I won't because I don't have the patience. I went 5 years without a haircut, and I loved my long hair, and then I got the stupid idea to cut it, and I'll probably never grow back out again. That's when Gene gave me the name Baby Jesus, because I had the long beard and the long hair. Oh, he just dropped the book on the Facebook share too. I tell people that all the time, though, man. I do. I'm like, because the ones that I do remember specifically, I'm like, I tell my friends that I'm like, this book is fucking like, it's not just one person telling stories.
Yeah, it's
a different person for every single story, and they're like, how did he do that? I'm like, well, he just asked a bunch of people, hey, send me your stories, So,
yeah,
I'm that, and I don't know who I talk more about, your book or the Crayons Ready to Eat.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you can eat them.
Yeah,
they're chocolate.
When Frank when we first met, we were talking and we had a phone conversation, and I really was hoping that he would have been able to get them done enough, because my kind of idea was look, I will buy a whole bunch of them from you, like single wrap, and I can sell them with a book, and that way I can help you, expand Crayons Ready to Eat. And I think it's a fucking brilliant idea. Like I wish I would have thought of that, before. But yeah, like, I mean, that's, and I really hope, I think I think he got all the patents and everything now. So I think he should be like full production here, like real soon.
They said they were doing something with, I think packaging was messed up or something.
Yeah.
Last week, I think, or last time he was on here, in the comments, I think they said something about with packaging got messed up, but they should be up and running. Yeah. I'm not gonna say, I don't know when it was. I'm pretty sure it was rather soon though.
Yeah, that's good. I'm excited for that. That's a good, good deal.
Genius. Yeah. When I met him when I was in San Diego, he gave me a couple packs, and I'm like, it's gonna be a chocolate crayon. It is way more than a chocolate crayon.
Yeah.
Like, it is awesome. They color. They're shaped in like a triangle, so they don't roll off the table.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And like, they taste. I'm not a huge chocolate fan. They taste amazing. And he said the new recipe is even better. So, I think he said September, but I'm not sure when he said for sure, Jade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's only, we're in August. So yeah, I mean, that's fucking just a couple weeks away, unbelievably.
I don't have anybody scheduled for next week, but in 2 weeks we have a special guest coming on that it's probably going to be a long episode.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get these guys on for a while. So they agreed to the 18th. So
is this a surprise?
Guys, it is. Okay. It is a surprise. I can tell you later, but I've been trying to get them for a couple months, and we've always been too busy, and they were extremely busy. So I reached out to him. I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Hey, still want to put that bug in your ear?" I said, "We want to get you guys on the show," and he's like, well, "We'll probably free sometime in August." And I'm like, "Hey, does the 18th work?" And he was like, "Put us on the calendar." I'm like, "All right."
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Kevin, I'm going to have more than just some books in my saddlebags at cookies. I'll never refer to it as tankies. It's always cookies. And Kyle, if you're not doing anything for the birthday, man, you need to pick up Tom and come down to Philly. It's a fucking great time. There's 1,000 Marines. We celebrate the birthday at a bar in Philadelphia. They shut down 2 streets and it's just a party.
It's a Thursday.
Yep.
I have a 5K on Saturday, but I don't have anything on Thursday.
There you go. You can make it back on Friday. Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my calendar.
Put it. I'll even put you up at my house, brother. You can come. You can come. I'll let you sleep in the RV, but I mean, just still at my house. Yeah, Kevin, I'm actually hoping I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to ride. I may do the ride because I look forward to that. We ride our motorcycles through. Kyle, we ride our motorcycles through from the actual Ton Tavern placard through Independence Hall, and then we come down to the bar. Our whole motorcycle club does it. So there's 200 motorcycles riding through Philadelphia on the birthday. But I think
I have a question then.
Yeah.
Do you have another bike I can ride?
I could probably have one.
Or a hot chick that has a bike that I'll ride on the back. I don't care.
I could. I'm sure we could find somebody. Yeah. If not, I mean, if I end up taking my car down, because I'm planning on having my tent that I had at the Save 22, the Save 22 walk. Yeah. I'm gonna have that there, and I already pre-ordered. I have 100 of my first book right now, but I'm planning on having some of the second book so I can sell them at the birthday. That's kind of the whole point. Yo, Jay Laughlin, what the hell?
What's that? Pictures or never happened, Kyle. Jade, you ain't got no room to talk.
What are you doing up?
You're supposed to come to the Save 22 hike, and you never did. So.
Yep, she sure was.
I have pictures with Gunny there. So I mean.
Yep, we sure did. We had a blast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year too.
Jade wasn't there. Yeah, I wish it wasn't Mother's Day, weekend, but I think I have my wife is going to come out too. Either that, I mean, she kind of liked having the day off, and then we celebrated Mother's Day when I got home Sunday. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be there, and absolutely.
I'm going to try not to crash my drone this time.
Yeah, right.
That was just a freak accident. Like the wind picked up and it grabbed blew the flag, and the flag was like mine.
Yeah,
but it didn't break anything. So
Jay's a friend of mine since 93 or 94. He was a Marine with me at Kings Bay, Georgia, where my wonderful Marine Corps career started. And a lot of the stories from the first book are from that was our dumb 18, 19s and 20s, all the stupid shit that we did there. And listen, I'll tell you, and he'd probably say too, I don't know how I left Kings Bay, not killing myself, killing someone else, and left there as a Lance Corporal. Like I really, to this day, and the only thing that probably saved us is that it was the early 90s and we got away with a lot more. But I mean, we had these, it was kind of like an LAV with 4 wheels, and it was all up armored. And we used to jump it over this little bridge. And when you would jump it, it would get like 3 foot in the air and it would bounce. And then you'd have to slam on the brakes because there was a big cement wall that you had to go around. And this was our, like, how close can we get to the brick wall? How high in the air can we get this Dragoon? Like, I mean, it was just nice, man. And it's one of those things where I'm so glad we didn't have camera phones back then, but I wish we did. You know what I mean? Because we used to, we had these 3 white trucks that we used to drive around the limited area. And after a couple days, man, you're so bored and everything is fucking funny and everything is like, is on the table. Right. So we would be flying around, chasing each other, throwing ketchup packets at each other. You know, one would hop out and then we'd be setting off fire extinguishers. Man, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like, I seriously, it was the most unprofessional job I've ever had, you know, at that time. And so many stories came out of Kings Bay, and it was just, it's such a great time.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get my story to you. Now you got me thinking. We did a lot of stupid shit.
We all did, man. I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's what we did as Marines. I mean, you know, actually, I met my first Marine last 2 weeks ago at the down in Quantico, who's never been to a strip club and doesn't drink. And I had to ask him, like, what's wrong with you? Where did you grow up? Like, you've never been to a strip club, and you were in the Marines for 4 years. You've never been to a strip club, never did any of that shit. No, like,
wow.
Like, I feel like you missed out, dude. Like,
it's even more impressive that he didn't drink that the entire time.
Here's my book, man. Go read it. See what you missed out on, you know, for that much time. Yeah.
Rob, I will take the hot sauce. I will try them out. Mine snacks, man, I know Sean's got a lot going on, so I'm sure they'll be back at some point. But shoot. Let me see what else I need to go over. Tom's usually on top of like the things that I'm supposed to talk about. I'm just the kind of person that can just talk. We're still raising money for the veteran to keep his house. We're keeping it open until the 20th. The 20th. So 2 weeks, basically. 2 weeks and 2 days. So if you guys are wanting to donate still, get a hold of me. I'll get you the information. It is still up on the Because He's My Brother page too. Share that, please. Sponsors. Mad Viking Beard Mustache Company. I have that on my dry erase board over there. Sponsors. They're awesome. Awesome company, awesome people. Mad Viking Beard Mustache Company. If you use promo code FMCE Season 2 on their website, you get a discount. I think it's like 10 or 15%, I think. And go buy all their shit because like it actually works. It's not just some bullshit that we're just trying to make you think works. It does work. I've been using it for years, and I will not use anything else. I can't wait for those crayons though. I got the packaging left on. I got it on the wall over there. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't have any left. I want some crayons now. But... Oh yeah, definitely. We definitely take it up a notch. We're always like, oh, that was crazy. Hold my beer.
Yeah, but see, it's normal to us though. It's not, you know, we don't look at it as being crazy. We look at it as being normal. This is how we've grown up. This is what we do. You know, it's taught to us at boot camp.
Yeah.
We look at you guys like, man, they're so lame.
They're boring over there. They're just standing there. Like,
I work with the Air Force, and every day I laugh, and I'm like, man, you guys, you just can't hack it.
Did you see me and Tom's TikTok or Tom? I guess I took a video of Tom, the TikTok I did last week when I was over there.
No, I don't think I saw it.
He's sitting in there's an office chair in Mike's garage, and I was like, "Hey Tom, show me what an Air Force PT test looks like," and he's just like scooting across the floor. I'm like, "You passed."
Oh man, yeah, they're special.
It was pretty funny.
Did you see out by you? I got about I don't know 15, 20 text messages on Sunday. Somebody driving an Air Force trailer didn't quite read the signs and ran the 11-foot trailer into the tunnel at Indy for NASCAR. ran it into the tunnel that was only 10 foot tall. So, of course, it got stuck. And that's what made the news. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that, but I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they would make that tunnel so little.
So normally the racetracks have 2 tunnels. One's for cars, trucks, like that kind of thing. And then the other one's for the haulers, RVs. Yeah. How they managed to let them go down the wrong one, that's, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, that's, bad training on their part too, because they should have, whoever was driving that truck and trailer should have known, wait a minute,
yeah.
This is not, this isn't the right. The only thing I could say after seeing that though is, thank God it wasn't my unit. Thank God it wasn't one of our guys or my truck or my trailer that somebody just destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah. I would hate to be the driver.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's, yeah. Jade, I know you weren't Air Force, Jade. I know you weren't Air Force. I work for the Air Force, though, as a civilian, so that's why it's easy for me to talk about the Air Force, though.
She's she'll kick you in the shin. She's vicious like that. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I got to meet her when I was out in Colorado or New Mexico. I forget where we were at. We were at the Four Corners, but close to it. But I think that's it for tonight. If you're good,
yeah, man,
this has been fun.
Absolutely.
I'm really tired. I worked my ass off this week, and I ran a 5K today, which should be normal, but like work's been, I don't know why. All week long, I walk into work, and the second I walk in, I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm not even moving yet. And like my shirt was this morning, the lady in the office, she's like, you have something on your shirt over here. And I'm like, I'm sweating. She's like, no, there's like something black, like faded. I'm like, no, that's my tattoo soaking through my shirt, like, because my shirt was real thin.
Holy shit.
She's like, I didn't know you had a tattoo. I'm like, it's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm sweating my balls off. And then I don't stop sweating until I go home because there's no airflow through there.
Yeah.
I'm the only line that don't have a fan. Every other line has 2 fans. I don't even have a single one. My boss is like, oh, we'll get you one. We'll get you. I'm like, yeah, fuck, it's August now. Here in another month and a half, I won't need one. But but yeah, seriously, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you. We'll have you back on here soon because I want to talk more about your book. And I'm going to be hitting you up for questions about my book because I like to ask questions. I'm a question asker.
I'll tell you what helps a lot. It will help with your book is that when I'll drop a subtle hint that when you buy the book, Jade, or anybody else listening, you can, or if I sent you a book, you can still go on Amazon and leave a review because that helps it in the algorithms. So it brings it back up. So it helps sell actually more books. Same with posting it on, Jade, take a picture of the book or whatever and post it on Facebook, tag your Marine buddies or, whoever. The whole idea was to raise money for Save 22. And, I picked Pat's Purpose. It's another Marine who died from exposure in Iraq, which, the government just passed the new regulation. So that should be pretty cool. But yeah, stuff like that, like that helps with the book, and that's kind of stuff definitely helps out with your book, my book.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Everybody go buy Born in a Bar. It's on Amazon. You won't regret it. And leave a good review because it's awesome.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you to leave a good review because you'll want to leave a good review after you read it. So, but that's all for us tonight, guys. We'll be back next week, and appreciate you all, and then we'll see you then.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
See ya.
You are no longer black, or brown, or yellow, or red. You are now green. You are light green, or dark green. Do you understand?
It's that full metal cran eating creature in the sand, creeping, keeping every man, woman, child in our land, sleeping peacefully and shatter any enemy they come across. You messing with America, then you must really wanna lost something soft. is not of pertinence or interest. Gladly sacrifice themselves so you don't have to witness the cost of what your freedom is, and they gain it in inches. So long story short, don't end up on the shit.
It's that Full Metal Cram Eaters, 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 Full Metal Cram Eaters.
If you're easily offended, then you legally should exit. There's no decency on this frequency. Our method is bringing prime time entertainment to the veterans, and those of you who know the truth is what they have protected. Shout out to Tommy Roddick and the baby Jesus, run it up. Saving 22 by the day, homie, buddy up. Sit back and relax while the dude speaks some facts. While you're here, have a snack of some color-coded wax.
It's that Full Metal Cram Eaters, 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 Full Metal Cram